Hi, welcome to All Four Queens. I'm in a different location at the minute. I actually decided to come to a caravan park because I wanted to get around the trees and stuff like that. But unfortunately, you know, that thing that says new levels, new devils. So yeah, where I go, I get followed, as you know. But obviously, how do you say you're being followed? Because obviously it's all 5D stuff and 3D stuff and blah, blah, blah. Anyway. I think those that are on the spiritual path understand where I'm coming from. So if you're new to my channel, it's a spiritual channel. It's about all the things you don't see, but I see. I talk about warfare. I talk about your hidden enemies that you think are your friends and they're not. And all the things that are like spiritual that people don't talk about. Hopefully, I was hoping to get to the healing and the awakening aspect, but you know, we are on the 31st and I'm hoping that we can move into the next section. But I do want to do this because it's important, and the reason why it's important is I've never known so much wind to be in one place. When I got here it was perfect, and now all of a sudden I've got so much wind hitting me, the caravan, and now anyone who's got any sort of sense, you'll understand where I'm coming from on that one, because I think we all know with the previous messages that I've put out that people are determined to fulfill a prophecy of lies that they've put out, and they need to substantiate the lies, and that being me not being here. Because I get the impression that people got money by saying I wasn't here, whether that was insurance, whatever, I don't know. But what I will say, that there were, from what my understanding and from what the cards tell me, and I have got the cards here, there were people of positions as well that were involved, and obviously they don't want to be exposed, but I think they already are, because the previous YouTube channel, the fake one that somebody created in 2019, and then there was loads of fake sites. I was working in law at the time. Excuse me. They don't want me to speak, but I'm going to speak. I was working in law at the time, and I did get a solicitor to sort it out. Now, she couldn't sort it, well, she did go to sort it out, but then she came back to me and said, Marcy, it's not there. And I said, yes, it is there. I know it's there because I can see it and it's still on, it's still open. She thought, no, it's not there. And I was like, it is. And she was like, I'm just going to tell you now, I'm going to refund you some of your money back of the work that we haven't done, but it's actually being monitored, and it's internationally being monitored. So I left it and I didn't tell anybody until now. Because I did do, in the UK we have something called action fraud, and I did loads of fraud reports based on all the stuff that was going on, because a lot of it was really, really, really bad crime, and unfortunately the police did nothing. So for me that said a lot, you know, spoke volumes. The only thing everyone was so focused on was trying to get me under this mental health thing, and the police actually confirmed who's been doing it as well. So, you know, hey ho, you know, people closest to you, so obviously some big secrets. Anyway, let me show you the cards, because I want to show you the cards, because it gives you a little bit more context of what's going on. Because I basically asked the question, you know, so where are we now, you know, what's going on? It's obviously, you know, 2024 was the year of infinity. We all got the memo. Some chose to do action on it and some didn't. Now, the best thing they could have done was just come clean, but I think the lie is so bad that they can't, and the people that the innocent people that have been drawn into this lie is so egregious that, you know, everyone has come for me. And I'll give you a thing. I drove back to my house yesterday because I wanted to get something for New Year for myself, because I quite like solitude at the minute, giving me time to really reflect and, you know, spend time with, you know, God and my ancestors, and, you know, do a lot of praying and stuff, and just get out of that environment because it was a bit toxic. And someone did come into my house, and someone has done witchcraft in my house, I believe, or it feels like it anyway, because it doesn't feel as my house was beautiful, you know, it was my home, and someone came in and defoiled it, basically, because that's what they do, and they just have no respect or no remorse for what they do. But unfortunately that's not down to me to pass judgment. Your judgment will come from those that see in the spiritual realm, and you know, and I do believe in karmic justice. I don't want karma on anyone, but I do believe in karmic justice, and I think you reap what you sow. And I think, you know, for me, it's time now for change. So let's get into the cards. Okay, so the King of Pentacles, is under judgment. Because he's waiting for victory, but it was karma. He's waiting for a victory, and in the end he got karma. Now what's the victory? I believe the victory was the death magic that was done, and someone sent out a death message, which is why everybody around the world seems to be following me. I went to the train station and I had all these foreign people coming up to me, French people, all sorts of people. So whoever put this message out to the world, they lied, because it was an illusion. But it was all about, if you do this, we'll get a load of this. Anyway, my truth. People took a leap of faith to do the magic. And now everyone's scurrying to try and get to calmer waters. Bear with me a minute. I'm in a different place at the minute. So everyone's scurrying to try and get to calmer waters now. Because they want balance. And they want to heal. Because either of a marriage or because they came from my home, remember? So the Knight of Cups was blocked because they wasted years. Now, obviously, like I say, you know, some of the stuff that went on in the October, I did wake up gasping, because obviously people just kept doing and stuff, and obviously my spirit guides, you know, thank for them really more than anything. They woke me up. I was gasping. I woke up, and the first thing I did was run and be sick. So yeah, so people were throwing all sorts of illnesses, all sorts of stuff to try and get me to go, basically. But this is spiritual, remember. So it's always classed as a, you know, a normal death because people don't see it. But, you know, I felt it, trust me. I'm living, breathing of it. So yeah, so there was all that. But obviously I was clothed and I was covered. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did catch a little bit of it. But I asked my guides and they said a little bit was karma, so that's fair enough, you know, it is what it is. So, anyway, the King of Cups wants justice. Because the world did magic and took action with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Against me. She sent a death message to the Emperor. Not only to remove me, but to keep me stuck and trapped. Because she wanted an Ace of Cups basically, and she wanted a Ten of Pentacles. So now the Devil, the Knight of Wands, the Star, is obsessed because he's heartbroken. Let me see if I can do all these all through. He's heartbroken because of what's gone on, but was involved as well. And now the Queen of Pentacles, who's actually the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, is out in the cold. But obviously no one wants what's really gone on to be out in the open. because it came to light, there was a collaboration or an investigation. Now bear in mind, I didn't get any post, so I would assume that that was what was being blocked. Also, whatever was coming towards me, i.e. God's blessing, was blocked and someone pinched it and stole it. Now, fast forward, go rewind, and beyond that, I was supposed to have passed away years ago as well, and money was taken then. So, but there's another story to that, which obviously strangers have filled in some of the pieces, and I'll touch base on that another day. But because I do remember some stuff. Some stuff they want me to remember, some stuff they don't at the minute, so that's fine, and I just go with what my guides say. So there was obviously. So now people have gone within, because whatever was planned didn't actually quite work, because I'm still here. Now everyone's fighting. Sorry, I'm on top of a radiator and I'm sweating a little bit, so just bear with me. So now everyone's fighting because of the lies that was told that were not true, and obviously a lot of people got involved in those lies. Now they're catching karma, and bear in mind, when you throw out something so serious like death magic, and send a message out to the world about death, a death message, then people aren't just going to lose their jobs and lose their money. It's serious. It's serious, and it might not happen to them. It could happen to somebody else close to them. So for me, it's mindfulness. Be mindful what you're doing. So that, because the Queen of Cups in reverse lied. Now he could be a man, could be a woman, are in regret. Now again, I say this all the time, regret, remorse, or is it because they got caught and it just didn't work and now everyone's got to go through what they said. Now on a very, very earlier one, if you remember what I said, in this lifetime you will have to do your karma. It doesn't matter how much alchemy you do, how much you do trying to manipulate the weather, get people to do these prayers to stop time and change things. You will still catch your karma this lifetime, but the only thing is, you're not only going to get the karma that you did in previously, you're going to catch all this karma that you've put out in the past 12 months or past 7 years. And the reason being is karma doesn't take 20 years now. It comes back instant, because we're in Aquarius now, hence the memo. So anyway, Queen of Cups in reverse. Got an Ace of Pentacles. By abusing the divine connection, rushed in to cause a betrayal or an ending, whichever way you want to look at it, and create illusions. But he's standing watching the Ten of Pentacles that everyone had a piece to pie out of, or was hoping to, one of the two. Now everyone's stressed, and in the Nine of Swords. Now I wouldn't want to be in that card, but they're in the Nine of Swords, because what they wished for me is now happening to them. But what they're trying to do is still fulfill a prophecy, hence why I'll get followed everywhere, and people are coming at me left, right and centre. But I've surrendered it, and the cycle's closed. So for me, it's like, this is your battle with the universe now, and God and the celestial beings. So yeah, so now everyone's angry. You can see they're angry. Some of them have put the swords down and legged it because they don't want to be part of it anymore, but they're still going to catch karma, because they did whatever they did, they're still going to catch karma for that. But there are some diehards who believe that they're still going to achieve what they're going to achieve. Take that up with God, that's what I say. Because of the breadcrumbing and juggling. Now I also want to say this, because they juggled the secret police that were involved as well. And then they move forward. But because everybody got blocked by the universe, of course, and God, it was a false project. The lovers, everyone walked away. The King of Swords was holding on because he's held on to Four of Pentacles. With his secret lovers, and a secret marriage to the Magician, who's an Empress in reverse. And you remember some of the early ones said, it's a family affair. So, all that's gone on. But obviously everybody tried so hard, but the cycle had closed. And what they were trying to do, they were trying to keep it open so they could still keep getting all this money and doing all the things that they've been doing. But the universe said, no, we're not doing this anymore. The cycle's closed. You take back every bit of energy that you've put out and you balance the scales. And one of the biggest things you need to do is seek the law of grace and apologise for some of the things that you've done and own up to it and surrender, take responsibility and accountability. And what have they done? Just thrown out more energy. All because the Empress in reverse wanted somebody else's destiny and an Ace of Cups because of greed. So now the King of Wands is trying to get some strength. Over the Page of Pentacles, who was a family member, remember, family affair. When they were younger. And they celebrated. Now, there's two ways of looking at that. He could be working on a reunion with the young person that he was actually contracted to in a divine connection. But obviously, the cycle closed, so that conversation would have to be with God, wouldn't it? Especially with the amount of karma everyone's got. I mean, everyone's sitting in bad karma. Will they clear it this lifetime, or will they pass it on to their lineage? Who knows? So anyway, they're working. But what is the most insidious thing about this is that everybody rushed and did death magic and rushed and attacked one person for a Ten of Pentacles illusion that was a fishy cup. Because no one did their due diligence and no one checked whether any of the lies were true, and no one checked whether or not they were going to get this payout. So all they did was they sold themselves for a load of karma with a fishy cup. Now everyone's sitting in regret, because some probably did get something, but not everybody did, because it was a message to the world. And so now the past is heavily burdened, and I would say, you know, I can see the burden in that, because of the Queen of Wands, who was actually in reverse, sending out with the Empress in reverse the death message to the world, because she wanted the destiny and the Two of Cups that was God's divine plan. So that's where we're at the minute. So obviously my quiet little retreat, as you can imagine, is now full of loads of energy. Hey ho, it is what it is, isn't it? But you know, I just hand it over to God, and I just hand it over to the ancestors, because as far as I'm concerned, the cycle's closed. Everything that has anyone's ever done, not just this scenario, and I know this isn't just my story, it's collectively, anything that anyone's ever done is out in the open, purely because it's 2024, year of infinity. Everything has to be cleaned up and out in the open. And whether the divine connections happen or they don't happen, 2025 has to be clear of the path. So trying to stop me is making it more difficult for yourself, because you're just backfiring more energy at yourself. But, you know, mindfulness, you do what you feel is right. And obviously a lot of doors will close on a lot of people that have shown who they actually are and what they actually want from somebody. You know, when God removes you, he removes you for a reason. So I hope that helps. I'm hoping that some of my favourite readers who have picked up on my story, and I did say very early on I wasn't going to say names or anything, and the reason being was, one, I didn't want to confuse people that were watching me, and I will say it maybe through a membership thing when they're a little bit more understanding of the channel, but I do know who you are, because you pick up on my story, and I'm very grateful. The fact that it is getting out there while someone is still thinking that they're the copycat of me and they can control what I do and what I say and what I don't say. So I am extremely grateful. I think you know who you are, and I'm so grateful that you actually do share it in the way that you share it for your channel as well. And I will mention you. I probably am trying to protect you as well, but they probably see me watching you because they're in my systems anyway. But you know, bless. Thank you so much. I am so grateful. I'm sending everyone healing, sending so much love, and I'm sending, you know, so much light, and let the world in 2025 be more light and balance this dark, and then hopefully people will learn that honesty is always the best policy, and being righteous doesn't necessarily mean being religious, but just living righteously and respecting the people goes a long way. You can still get what you want. You might take a little bit longer, the hare and is it the hare and the tortoise, but you still get it, and you still get clean karma. So for me, let's hope the world gets a bit more balance going forward. So hopefully 2025, I'll probably change the thumbnail a little bit, and you know, take it easy. The one thing that I will say, I mean, obviously depending on people what you see, but I can see what's been sent and who and what they've sent to watch me and spy, and you know, the monitoring spirits they send and all that sort of stuff. But I'll share that on another one. So anyway, take it easy. Have a fantastic new year. If I don't see you before, I might post another one, but have a great one, and I'll see you in 2025. See you later. Bye.